Ever wanted 12 effective ways on getting listings in today's market? Hi, I'm Brent Conley, and I'm going to share those with you right now. Thanks for visiting my channel. Hit the like and subscribe button wherever it's at, and I appreciate you coming to take a look at this. All right, let's dive right into this. All right, number one, building a strong online presence. All right, this is not only just with one website. This is with all of your social media and your YouTube channels, maybe a blog site, and really becoming the expert for people to call you. So think about that. Now, how many different websites, how many different platforms are pointing toward you? Maybe they're sharing your information, maybe sharing a blog of yours, an article that you have written on your local market. Maybe it is writing up the statistics, pulling those out of the MLS, writing those statistics down, putting your spin on the market and submitting that to all of the news stations. So as backup information for them, that way when they need a segment on the housing market, they're calling you. So think about press releases. Think about sharing that press release on your website, on your blog, and then sending it to News Channel 12 or News Channel 3 or whatever it is. How about the local paper? Now, the local paper is always looking for extra free articles they don't have to pay a writer for, and you have the ability to do that. So think about your strong online presence and how you can get more attention out there pointing to you as the brand, right? So think about that. All right, number two, let's write down using targeted direct mail campaigns. Now, we just sent out, we took a new listing in Arizona, and the neighborhoods probably has 150 out-of-town owners. Where the tax records are going to some other state other than this neighborhood. So we know they're out-of-town owners. And so we had the title companies pull, in Arizona you can do that, California you cannot. We had the title companies pull the data for us, and we came up with a brilliant postcard on the golf course with the sunset view, glass of, I think it was champagne or wine with wine glasses, and the two chairs where this is the view that they would enjoy. And we sent that to 150 out-of-town owners. That's a marketing campaign. Now we had them pointed to our website. We had our phone number all over it, but this is a postcard, out-of-town owners. What do you think that out-of-town owner is going to do with that postcard? Well, yes, we're advertising that listing, but they're going to keep that postcard in case they're thinking about selling their condo or their house, because our marketing was top notch. We're using that to promote our listings and to potentially interview for the job of selling that next home or condo. The same thing with just sold or just listed mailers. This was a just listed mailer. All right, number three, build a referral network. Now, I go to a lot of events per year, probably 5 or 6 different events per year, and I have done that for probably 20 years now. So I have a huge agent-to-agent database where they know the markets that I work. They know that I'm a trusted real estate agent, a professional, a team leader, and somebody that is taking care of their referrals, time and time again. So we just closed a $1.2 million property in Mesa, Arizona, because of the network that I've built. And we have the trust of this referring partner. They've sent us multiple referrals. We keep doing a great job for them when the people relocate into Phoenix, and they know it, and so they keep sending us referrals. So building a referral network is very, very profitable. And I know it's expensive to go to events for sure. You're going to spend $2,000 or $3,000 every single event you go to. But at the end of the day, if you're friendly, if you're interested in helping other people, that's how you're going to build the relationships. That's how you're going to build your network. You can also do it with email campaigns to cities that are known to send people to your city or town. Like in the Phoenix area, Scottsdale, we get a lot of people from the Midwest. We get a lot of people from Vegas and Colorado and Texas and California for sure. And we know we want to build relationships with real estate agents in those markets because of the influx of home buyers that are relocating to the Phoenix area. Now in San Diego, my team there focuses on Northern California, Las Vegas, and Phoenix, and we get referrals from those areas. And once in a while, Texas. After they move to Austin, they come back to California. We focus on building those relationships there. So it's very, very profitable. That's my number 3 on the list. So let's go to number 4. Now we're just now starting this. We did this years ago, and I got away from it mostly because the market was hot and we didn't have a whole lot of time. But we probably should never have stopped this. So in-person or virtual home seller seminars. Now, how you do this is really important. I would try to do it in person. During COVID, there were some people doing it online on Zoom. If you have an out-of-town network of sellers that maybe you live in a vacation rental area or a vacation hotspot, and you're listing a lot of property over Zoom or over the phone, and this might work for you there too. But if you do it in person, you'll get sellers to show up, and you'll understand that person to person, you educating that seller is extremely valuable, especially face to face. How you do this properly, you have a lender there on site talking about interest rates and 2-1 buy downs and whatever promotion that you're wanting to run, especially with the interest rates so high these days. I would definitely have a lender there that you trust, and that would give the warm welcome and the endorsement of you as a listing agent to those sellers. Remember, they're representing you too when they're in front of those sellers. I would also have a financial planner and potentially a CPA or a tax planner or somebody there, because those are important questions as well. Maybe have a home inspector, because that's a good idea to have a home sometimes if it's a dilapidated property, if it's an investment property, if it's an inherited property, to have a home inspector go through it so you know what the negotiation items are going to be up front, or maybe you have a chance to fix those. Those are all great conversations that sellers will remember. And if you bring all these people together and you promote those home buyer seminars, maybe you have them 3 times a year and put a cadence out there 3-4 times a year and get the dates out on calendar up front. And then that way people start showing up. They know when to show up, and everybody's marketing to their own database. Think about that, their own database. So if you have the lender, if you have the financial planner, if you're having the home inspector, if you're going to have maybe a tax attorney or a CPA or accountant, and whoever else that you think is worth showing up. Maybe it's an AC guy, maybe it's a landscaper or something. If they're promoting it, now they're representing you, but you get access to their databases if they're promoting it to their databases, or at least on their social media. So it's valuable to a real estate agent to start doing some seller seminars and getting people in person. And I always found that elderly clients really want to plan their moves. They plan it way ahead of time. I'm talking a year, 8 months in advance. I'm not talking 30 days. So think about that. All right, so the next thing, offer free home valuations. Of course, we do this. A lot of real estate agents do this. That term has been widely used and marketed, but it's still working. So it is working as much today as it has in the past. The other campaigns we're running are cash offer for your home, because we work with a lot of investors and end investors that will write cash offers. And then some of the things that we're seeing with some of the other iBuyers out there are they're running ads based on, hey, no commissions, which that's ridiculous because they're charging an 8% service fee now. So 6% commissions, way better than 8% service fee, but a lot of people don't do math. So think about what the competition is running and start, putting that into your ads. Facebook ads are still working, and Google PPC is absolutely working. We're also, in the past, we've done this with door knocking, but we'll probably bring this back with door-to-door flyers for the farm, and Saturday morning, going to visit 20 homes to make your Saturday just a easy Saturday if you're not going to plan on door knocking 100 homes. So, all right, number 6, working expireds. Now, I spent the day on the phones the other day calling expireds and calling FSBOs. FSBOs on my next list, so I might as well hit those right here. So number 6, FSBOs. Number 7, or number 6, expireds. Number 7, FSBOs. And calling through these. Now, these are really important if you're not working expireds and FSBOs, and I've promoted this on my channel a lot. It's so imperative. I'm in conversations with multiple people that have tried to sell their home and could not, and they're very, very good conversations. We'll end up listing homes because of these conversations that we just started 2 weeks ago. So think about that. All right, so we talked about expireds, FSBOs, and I briefly touched on farm with the seller seminars or door knocking those for home valuations as well. But all of those in a farm, and we'll go number 8 as farming. I think now is a great time if you don't have a farm to start a farm. And I'll do another video on neighborhood domination and omnipresence in that farm and how to really pull out sellers and potential buyers that are renting a property that don't want to necessarily leave the neighborhood, but want to stay there and potentially could use you as the resource and eventually as the real estate agent they choose to hire. So think about starting a farm. It's not today business. The only today business in any farm is the people that you're meeting face to face that you build rapport with immediately, or they believe that you're the right agent for the job of selling their home. So you do that through showing up, you do that through marketing, you do that through knowledge, you do that by educating the consumer, you do that by showing proof of success and social proof. All of those impact your farm. So I won't go into anything further today, but think about that. Just start writing it down and visit my channel here in another week or two in order to get all the things on what to do to build omnipresence in your farm. And these strategies will work 100%. All right, so the next thing, social proof and client testimonials. This needs to be, and I was never great at this. I was good, but never great. I'm starting to become way better than I was before of sharing that because nobody else is sharing it. That's why it's so important for you as a real estate professional to share your successes, to share your client testimonials, to share the social proof, right? Other people want to hire great real estate agents that are protecting their interests, that are making them money on their investment properties, that are finding the great deals in the marketplace, because a lot of agents don't specialize on that. And that social proof is so important. The client testimonials are so important. Stories about that are so important. So think about all of that. All right, so the next thing, there's a lot of agents that have just been residential real estate agents that have never really worked with a lot of investors. I would encourage you to start building an investor database. Now, right now, today is not the best time to work with investors because the interest rates are so high. But if you have a great deal, they will buy the great deal. If they are working a neighborhood and they already own 6, 7, 8, 10 homes in that neighborhood, they obviously like that neighborhood. So get the data pulled and sell them another home in that neighborhood. So think about joining investment clubs, showing up in person and building those relationships. I couldn't stress that any more than it's so important to be face to face. All right, so let's go to the next one. leveraging paid advertising, again, goes back to Facebook leads are still working. Google pay-per-click is still working. Some people are having success with geofencing using that technology. I don't use that, but that I wanted to list that because some people I'm in contact with are using it at a high level and they're winning with it. Now, different markets. I'm in a luxury market. Some of these markets are lower price point. $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 houses. The geofencing doesn't always work in a couple $1 million price range. So consider that. All right, hosting open houses. The strategy on that. A lot of people do open house or two, and they say the open houses don't work. Well, if you're only going to do 1 or 2 open houses, they're probably not going to work, right? So we don't have enough data to gauge whether they're working or not. If you're going to build a farm and you did an open house every week for 50 weeks out of the year, you're going to know the neighborhood. That's when you're going to win. Now, if you're going to do coastal or golf course homes or condos, get known for that specific type of property, and the people that are attracted to that type of property, they're going to get to know you because they're going to the open houses. They're going to every open house if they're on the marketplace. And if they see you more than once, you're really going to win because, man, didn't you do the open house last week? And you're like, yeah, I saw you over there. You signed in, but you signed in with the wrong name last week. Today's a different name, right? So at the end of the day, you'll build more trust and you'll be able to pick up more clients. Now, if you're going to do open houses, know the inventory. Potentially have a pocket listing or two that you could go show them while you're holding the open house with another agent. Leave that agent there holding the open house. You go show the other property that's off market. Guess what you did? You provided an extraordinary amount of value and you built a lot of trust. So there's a strategy for you. Hopefully that helps, build your business. All right. Next, I want you thinking building lists. If you're going to build an open house list, if you're going to build an investor database, if you're going to build a seller list, an out of town buyer or seller list, think about building all these lists. And what do you do with the list? Well, hopefully you got contact information. Hopefully you have an email address so you can email them educational value. If you can email them discounts on home inspections or appraisals or whatever you're set up with in your business and your real estate partners that help support your business, those are things of value, items of value. The next thing that you can do is invite them to buyer seminars online or seller seminars in person. And those lists are so important. You have to stay top of mind. The more you stay top of mind, the odds go up when you are trying to get the business from them, right? You have to earn it. Nothing's for free out here, folks. You have to earn the business. All right, I want to end with one stat. Now think about all of your lists in your database. And I've got a list of like 2,200 sellers in the Phoenix area that have registered on my website over the last, 6 or 8 months or something like that. Now that list is valuable. I spend an extraordinary amount of money trying to obtain that list one by one, right? And so how am I utilizing that list? Well, I'm not just sending them, hey, I'd love to be a real estate agent. I'm sending them value. Hey, here's the market dynamics going on. Here's the stats. October's a slower month. The inventory's increasing. In Maricopa County, we've got 22,000 homes available on the market. We've been creeping up, and October is a great time to actually purchase a house. It's a little bit slower to maximize price if you're a seller. Now, after the election coming up, I think November it's going to go up. Inventory's still going to go up a little bit. But also consumer confidence, I believe, is going to go up because all the stress is gone and they have to move, right? People are planning by the end of the year of moving. So if you think about that, what does this next 30, 60, 90 days look like in the eyes of the seller, in the eyes of the buyer? Now, if you can write your emails towards that, solve the problem that they see, and come up with the objection handlers for those potential problems. Like one of the problems right now is interest rates, right? They're above 6%. Well, I think the market will flood with buyers at 5.5%. That's a prediction backed up by stats from people that are doing surveys, right? And I think it was NAR or something like that was doing the survey. Now, is that interesting to a seller? Yes, that's an interesting stat for a seller. When should I put my property on the market, right? Statistically, there's less competition, less listings on the market during the holidays. So between Thanksgiving and Christmas, inventory kind of decreases. Well, if you've got a great property that's fixed up, move-in ready, and that's priced competitively, guess what? You can still get multiple offers. So that's something that needs to be communicated to a potential seller. All right, this is Brent Conley. Thanks for watching this channel. Share this, hit the like button, drop me a comment. If you want me to talk about a topic, go ahead and share that, and I'd be happy to share any topics that you guys want to talk about. All right, take care.